Ukrainian officials say a Russian airstrike has hit a children's hospital in the besieged southeastern port city of Mariupol. President Volodymyr Zelensky took to social media to describe the attack as an atrocity. Russia had agreed to hold fire so civilians could flee from cities under attack, but efforts to evacuate Mariupol have failed, with thousands trapped by heavy shelling. Ukraine has also asked Russia for a ceasefire at Chernobyl so power can be restored to the nuclear plant, warning that the outage could cause a radiation leak.
$38 billion will be spent adding more soldiers, sailors and aviators to Australian military ranks to stare down growing strategic threats in the Indo-Pacific. The biggest defence recruitment drive in 4 decades will be announced today to put at least 18,500 more boots on the ground by 2040. The reinforcements will be required to operate the Army's build-up of more advanced weapons and machinery, including nuclear submarines, and to increase our intelligence and communications capacity.
Ukraine is describing a devastating airstrike on a children's hospital as an atrocity. The President is repeating his calls for a no-fly zone over the country. Our correspondent Sean Rubenstein-Dunlop has more from the city of Lviv.
Nothing else but devastating. City officials in the city of Mariupol in Ukraine's southeast say a maternity and children's hospital has been hit by several Russian airstrikes. They say it's been destroyed and they've described the damage as colossal. Video has been posted online and it shows a horrific scene. Piles of smouldering rubble, smashed cars, holes where windows used to be in a building that we're told was that maternity and children's hospital. Now, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has tweeted describing this attack as an atrocity. He says there are children and they're trapped under the wreckage. This attack happened during what was supposed to be a ceasefire, allowing civilians to escape from that city. But yet again, that ceasefire has been broken. They've been trapped by days and days of Russian bombings. They have no food, no power, no water. The streets are lined with bodies, and there are reports of mass graves in that city. And
Sean, we're seeing some really horrific pictures as you are speaking to us this morning. The international reaction to this has been swift. What have other world leaders had to say about this attack?
Britain's Prime Minister Boris Johnson tweeted soon after the attack. I'm going to read it to you. He said, "There are few things more depraved than targeting the vulnerable and defenceless." He says the UK is now exploring more support for Ukraine to defend itself against airstrikes, and he's vowed the UK will hold Russia's President Vladimir Putin to account for what he described as his terrible crimes. Russia has repeatedly denied that it is firing on civilian targets, even though, as I said, report after report is emerging from residents in that town, from civilians, of carnage, of bodies in the streets and of mass graves.